Hey, KZ Guy 2, No Nonsense Know How. Today replacing the thermostat in this 2007 Lexus RX400h hybrid. And I'm not going to do a real specific how-to because this thing was kind of a pain in the butt. It calls for like 5 hours labor. But I do want to give you guys just a rundown of what you're looking at if you're tackling this job yourself. So anyway, here's the instructions that I went by. They're pretty basic, but in case you guys want to pause that and take a look at those right here. You're going to begin. Now you do have to remove the inverter from this car, so first thing you're going to want to do so you don't forget that is come over here in the passenger rear and pull out the bridge port for your battery so the system is not live and you don't electrocute yourself. If you're not familiar with working on hybrids and such, you might want to watch a few other videos first. When you pull that plug, it's a good idea to get yourself some hybrid gloves like these. This is at your own risk, by the way. So anyway, your next step is going to be draining both radiators. Yes, I said both radiators. To do that, you're going to remove this plastic cover right there, held on by 10mm bolts on the bottom. You're going to remove both caps, one on the main radiator and the secondary radiator. The main radiator drain is going to be on the passenger side right there, that petcock. Then to drain the other inverter radiator, you're going to come up on this side, on the driver's side, and that's your petcock there. Also, to allow it to fully drain, you're going to loosen this air vent right here on the top. And remember, when you're filling this thing up, I don't know what the exact procedure is. I'll find that out in a little bit here. But yeah, you're probably going to have to open this air vent too when you're filling it to allow it to purge all. It's going to be a purge process for it, essentially, I'm sure. And like I said, I just want to show you guys what's involved, but basically remove your air box, all of this stuff here. To get to the bolts and connectors on the back of your inverter, you're going to have to remove the cowl. And to do that, you got to take your wipers off. You're going to get your wiper motor out and the lower cowl as well. Then come in here and take all the bolts off, holding your inverter on, and all the wires going to it, which you're going to have to take the top cover of this off as well. I had this bolted back on just because it was kind of heavy taking it out of there. You're definitely going to want two guys as well because this thing's got some bulk to it. It's pretty darn heavy. But like I said, you got to take this cover off to get to the rest of the wires in there. And as you go, there are a lot of bolts you're going to be taking off, piles and piles of bolts, so it's not a bad idea to organize those properly. You can see I got coolant spilled all the way around here. I actually got coolant inside of this connector right here, so I'm going to have to blow that out. Make sure when these all go back on that they're pristine and clean. Maybe even put some dielectric grease on them. Another pointer here. This from your lower radiator hose going to the thermostat housing. Sometimes this can get seized up in here because this slides into the back of the thermostat housing. If that's locked up, spray some lubricant around that prior to taking it off. And when you're putting that back on, make sure you clean this out with emery cloth or something, and if it's severely corroded, you're going to have to replace this whole housing. When you're putting this back on, make sure to lubricate that O-ring so it goes in smoothly. But anyway, you got to take this piece off. It bolts on the front head right here. I got this upper hose out of the way as well. And then you're able to get to those 3 bolts holding the thermostat housing on. So anyway, I know this was super basic and these weren't specific instructions, but I just wanted to give you guys some pointers so you know what you're looking at, and you're definitely going to have to get down dirty with the hybrid system. So do not forget to, unhook that battery. Otherwise, you're gonna regret that. So again, with this upper cowl, the reason you had to take that off is to get into these connectors back here. It's kind of tight and kind of a pain in the butt. So give it a thumbs up if it helped you out, guys. It's easy thermostat to do on the RX350, not so bad. I mean, I wouldn't say easy, but not that bad. But basically, since the inverter's in the way on this one, yeah, it's definitely a pain in the butt. So anyway, thumbs up, I appreciate it. KZ Guy 2, No Nonsense Know How, and you guys have a good day. Oh, and the reason I'm replacing this thermostat is because it was worn out. These springs tend to get weak over time, and this engine was only getting up to 155 degrees, so it wasn't warming up fully. Another problem you sometimes see is the rubber tears in here, and it allows coolant to always flow past this thermostatic valve here. So, also known as the thermostatically controlled coolant valve, aka thermostat.